Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're making today is a hostess gift. I was actually, a housewarming, a hostess gift, a thank you gift, just whatever the case may be, because I was actually making a housewarming gift, but it could also be a hostess gift as well. And what I was making were these super fun stamped flour sack towels. These are really neat because obviously flour sack towels, if you do dishes, any kind of glassware drying or dish drying or whatever, these are fantastic for like china and glassware and stuff like that. Or just something thin to put on your counter. If you do a lot of canning, like you use a ton of these. I'm sure I do. I use a ton of these and I absolutely love them. My mom uses a ton of these and loves them. And I had made her for her birthday some beautiful stamped flour sack towels, and they're just a really fun, simple item to make if you wanted to make them, and they're really inexpensive, super economical. If you wanted a way, uh, something simple to give, like as a hostess gift that was handmade and really nice, or if you wanted to give it with something that, like you wanted to do a gift card, that certain someone that you absolutely love, but you don't know what to get them because you don't see them all the time, like for my sister or my brothers or whatever. Um, and or they make a really great housewarming gift, these flour sack towels, and they're so easy to do. So I basically, and so here's the fun thing. So here, this, and you can use whatever's in your stash. It doesn't have to be a specific stamp. This one here is using a scrapbook.com, this beautiful bouquet stamp here. This is the name of it there. I did, however, stamp all of these and have done them before with, I use IOD ink. I've tried lots of inks. This one seems to work the nicest is IOD. They come like IOD ink comes like this, in a bottle like this, and you buy a blank uh, ink pad, and you have to ink the pad yourself. It's really easy to do, but it this is the nicest. And what I found was is for these flour sack towels, um, you don't have to pre-wash these. You can. They tell you that you should, although I tested it both ways and they work completely fine. Basically my trick to it is you stamp them, you don't do anything with them for like 3 days. Let the ink just sit there and dry. Like they're dry now, but to really set in the material, I let them sit there for 3 days. You don't have to do that. You can wash them right away. And it's not that big of a deal. I, for peace of mind, let them sit for about 3 days, at least a couple of days or overnight. And then, you could pre-wash them, iron them, and fold them, and then, wrap them up as a gift. But the IOD ink works the nicest, that I found. And yeah. So this here, and then the flour sack towels are these. These are the ones I get, and these are the absolute nicest. They stay the most square, and you can stamp them pre you can stamp them, you can wash them and stamp them, or just stamp them right out of the bag. And that's what we're doing today, is we're stamping them right out of the bag. So they're white stem flour sack towels. This color happens to be natural, and these are 28 by 28 inch. It's a pack of 12. These are about $24 on Amazon. So you're roughly about $2 a towel. Yeah, 24, yeah, $2 a towel. So I was wanting to make a set of these as a housewarming gift, and I was thinking like, well, I wonder what they would fit in. Like, how could I package them up, really nice? And a set of 4, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But if you wanted to do a table favor, a gift, something to give with the gift card or something like that, they fit in these Anna Griffin perfume boxes. Like, watch this, right? And then you pull the towel out, and these are the ones I'm making to gift. And like, how cool is that, right? And so this one is like, I'm showing you the other ones because this one is a lot of stamping. You basically, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 stamps, but you have to stamp the border because it's really short. And I stamped it to where it was the whole width. like so. Like, isn't that the cutest thing ever? Oh my gosh, right? So cute. But and these are an IOD stamp. You don't have to have IOD stamps. Like I said, you could use anything. But the ones I'm showing you are the simplest because they're the easiest to make. They're literally it's one stamp, and you can stamp it once or twice, whatever you want to do there, to get how dark you like it. And I was going to show you a trick for that for multiple stamping, because I don't like that like vintage look per se, where it's like half stamped, like you're hoping for a pristine crisp image, but you only get like half, and you say, okay, designer choice vintage. I'm not so much about that. I mean, if I have to, depending on what I'm stamping and I want to go for that look, great, but I usually don't. I like the nice crisp image, and my vintage is because it looks distressed even when you multiple stamp it to get it darker. It looks like a vintage towel anyways. So yeah, I multiple pressed this towel here to get that nice dark, border across an image of the coffee cup. So yeah, really, really cool. But these flower sack towels, so nice. Even if you don't stamp on them, they're crazy nice. But the cool thing, fits. It fits in this box. So if you wanted to like give some to coworkers, you want to stamp a towel for your like coworkers, people at church, just friends, like your friends, you're trying to be economical, because I know a lot of people are, trying to stretch their dollars this year. This is a really great way to make a handmade gift. Give it in your Anna Griffin perfume box or whatever box you want to do. Wrap them in tissue paper, put a beautiful ribbon on them. I mean, right? Easy peasy. And they're just a fun item to give. So there's that one. So this one is a Simon Says stamp. This is a Christmas stamp piece, and it's a rubber stamp. These are a little harder to use because you can't see through them to see if you're stamping the image properly, like placement. I use my Misti to help me, and I'm going to show you how that works. And there's a couple tricks to getting it to, do, because I double stamped this one because I wanted a darker image, and it worked. It worked beautiful. So Simon Says stamp, and this one I've had for a couple years. Oh, Center Cut Holiday Floral is what this one's called. And I don't know if you can get that one. So there's that one. This is an IOD one. Let's see. Did I have that one out? I'll have to see if I have it here. Let's see. Like I said, this is a scrapbook.com. This is the bouquet stamp. Beautiful. That one's a couple years old. This one is a IOD stamp. And that one is called... And I think you can still get these. These are massive, massive stamps. They're huge. They're made for doing home decor. And so they're really big. They're kind of expensive because this set I think was between $35 and $50. I don't remember exactly how much, but it comes with 2 sets, comes with masks, so you can do all that layered stamping and stuff. But this one is called like I'm not seeing a name on it. Those are the 2 sheets it comes with, though. It comes with that gorgeous rooster. Oh, I love that. But the flower bouquet was out of this one. Oh, it's right there. Okay. There you go. That's the name of it there. I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm going to butcher that. Oh, and this is the one I did that was the multiple layered. This is called Cozy. And I can pronounce that, but that's where the coffee cup came from, and that border stamp. This one's right there, that border stamp. Super fun. So I had to stamp the coffee cup, then the Stay Cozy, and then the little steam, and then the border. And that was a repetitive because it's like this long. But it was totally worth it because how cute was that, right? So then there's that one. And, okay, so I showed you that one and that one. I showed you this one. I showed you the Simon Says stamp one. Oh, and this is the puppy one. Right? If you're doing a little gift, like, wouldn't that make the cutest little table favor? You pop it in the box, and like somebody pulled that cute, adorable little puppy out. And it is Christmas pups. And it comes with all these cute little puppies. Oh, aren't those adorable? There again, IOD stamp. This is 1 sheet, but it does come with the masks. And I think this one was only about $25 or so. Right in there. Don't quote me on that. I'm ish. 25-ish. But anyhow, but like I said, I mean, just get whatever's in your stash. If you're a card maker, scrapbooker, pull your whatever you have out. It doesn't have to be a decor stamp. So there we go there. And I was going to show you, I'm going to do the Gina K one here. Am I going to do the Gina K? I think I'm going to do the Gina K one here, and we'll do it in blue. So let me show you how this works, and it's really easy. I use my Misti, and I highly recommend that. It works wonderful for stamping home decor pieces. I even made a balsa wood piece that I had to stamp. Hang on, I'm just moving this stuff. Sorry about that, guys. I even stamped balsa wood in this thing. Oh, this is the 12 by 12 Misti. This is fantastic if you want to make medium to small size home decor pieces, because and the trick of it is get yourself some non-skid shelf liner and put your Misti on top of it, and to help your Misti from shifting around, especially for the flour sack towels. And then strategically what you do is you fold your towel in a certain way, so that way it doesn't want to move on you, and you can multiple stamp it. Oh, I'm gonna have to get more of these. I have them in white as well, because you can get them in natural or white. And so basically what I do is I find there is a little hanger. These have a great little hanger on the back of them. And so I put that at the top. Oh, sorry. And then I just fold the towel in like thirds-ish. What I try to do is measure up my stamp once I get it folded on here. Folded and laid on here. I try to get it to where this seam, like you can feel there's a seam right there. You might even be able to see it a little bit. If make sure that is out of the way on both sides. And so then what you're going to do is, like, where are you guys at? So you could probably, even if you strategically fold it and make sure your stamp's not like on those edges, in your in the smaller Misti, that 8 by 10, this is the 12 by 12. So then what I do is I take the top of the towel and I just like fold it, roll it up, kind of like fold roll it, like that. And then generally this line right here, I know you should iron these, but I don't. I literally, this is how I do it. I use that as my center line because I have how it's folded. This is the center. And so I just use that as my guide. And then I eyeball the rest of it. So like if we're going to do this, Gina K, this is the Gina K Friendship Bloom stamp. And I don't know if you can still get this, but this was a collaboration with Hero Arts. You might be able to get it still on scrapbook.com. So then you can pop your stamp. Let's see, like, do we want to go this way? What does this actually look like? So if we go this way, if we go this way, or if we go this way, it might look the nicest if we actually go this way. If we do it like that, a beautiful bouquet of flowers. What do we think? That's pretty good, right? Let's see. Where are you guys? That's what it's going to look like, is like this. That's our bouquet. And I think that's going to look lovely. So let's go ahead and give that a whirl again. Like so. And I'm going to stamp it in blue. So then, yeah, so then you just make sure that, like, see the bottom? That, like, the seams, like, these are really thick. So you don't want them, like, in this, because that's where the Misti presses down and you could possibly break this if you put too much pressure. But I have found if this is, like, sticking out over this portion, and at least if this edge is not in here and you just have folds on there, it doesn't matter. It'll stamp just fine. And then the other thing you want to think about too is if you do that where you have to multiple stamp it across the bottom, you want to strategically fold it here and like put these pieces, rib pieces, there's a gap here. You still have to be careful, but I try to strategically fold to where this thick part is in here because of that gap that's there. That'll help you gain more room, and it's not on this edge to where you're gonna break it. Because right here, if you have this in this edge here, because these close tight together, it'll bust. So top or bottom, it'll bust, and you don't want to bust it. This thing's expensive. So like this, I want to say, I don't honestly remember how much this tool was, but it has been so worth it though. Oh, let me show you that thing. Hold on. I've been making stuff like this, and like, isn't that the cutest thing ever? So these are IOD molds, IOD transfer. IOD transfer, or IOD molds. And then this here is an IOD mold. And so what I did was, but this back here is a stamp. And then this is a Hero Arts plaid stamp right here. And then this is a, oh, what stamp is that? Hang on. Yeah, this is a penny black stamp. This is the, it's just a little, Christmas Story is what this one's called. But, I mean, isn't that the cutest thing? I just stamped it in gold. Like, right? But I stuck it in here. And because this is a rubber stamp, you have to make sure you have the right black mat in there. Because the rubber stamps, you use a thinner insert. And then there's a thicker one for the photopolymer. And so, but anyhow, I just stuck the magnet on the balsa wood and it held it. Like, you have to be careful and everything, but it works great. Like, for holding these, like, home decor pieces. And, like, this is just a fun tag. Like, you can hang it up. You just hang it up. It's a fun wooden, just a pretty wooden tag. Put a little bow on the top of it. And, like, how fun is that going to be to hang up for Christmas, right? And so then the other one was this Hero Arts cling stamp, a little 6x6 background stamp, and you just move it around, you know, get your pattern lined up and stuff, and this thing works terrific. Picnic Blanket Bold Prints is what this is called. But right? Yeah, how pretty is that? So, but yeah, so you can use it for all kinds of home, and I love it for that. So then once you get it lined up where you want it, you press it, pick up the stamp, and then you literally just stamp it. Ink it up. So like I said, oh, so to ink your pad, to get your ink pad loaded the easiest, this still has ink on it, and it will. They just come empty. They just come blank. You can put whatever color, you can make colors, mix them. But I found the easiest way to do this, instead of like dropping it like that, put the tip of your, so you just use the tip of your ink bottle and smush it around, but you put the tip of the ink bottle right on the sponge pad and you squeeze, and it squeezes the ink right into the pad, and then you don't have to wait for it to settle down into the pad. This is so much quicker, and then you don't have to like smush it around. And it took me a little while to learn that trick. Like, you can see where I accidentally got drops on it, and I was like trying to get it like dropped. Don't do that. Just stick the tip right into the pad, even when it's brand new, and squeeze it, and it goes right into the pad, and then you don't have to wait for it to settle. So there you go there. A little trick and that works with just about any ink and any ink pad, that because a lot of them come new, like the redesign ones, the Prima redesign ink pads come that way as well. But yeah, so we picked up our cling stamp right there. See, it's picked up. And then all you do is you just ink it up. Now these stamps, these photopolymer stamps that you use for card making and stuff, that are made specifically for card making, they're a little bit stickier than like the IOD stamps. So they're going to stick to the towel a little bit. And so you'll have to be strategic when you go, if you want to do a double stamping. I'm just trying to ink it up like really good. I don't know if I'm in the camera view. Sorry if I'm not. Okay, and then what I do is I wipe off with a paper towel the excess ink that gets onto the lid. I try to wipe that off. Hopefully I didn't stain up. Hopefully we're not going to have black ink. I don't know, because there was a lot of black ink on there, and this looks really dark. Ooh. Hold on. Let me get a paper. I need to stamp this off and see what it looks like. Okay, got some copy paper. Let's see what it's going to look like. So then you just put even pressure on it. So if this was the towel, you would just put even pressure on it. Oh, see, that's black. So glad I stamped it. That would have just came out black, but it would have been really, really pretty anyways. However, I don't know what that would do far as I don't know what it would do far as washing. I don't know where you'd be at with that. So you definitely want to use this stuff you know you can wash. Because a bunch of this stuff, a bunch of the inks, I thought for sure there's no way it would wash out. They washed out. They did not take it all. I mean, they were so light, it looked like I had whatever it was I made for like 100 years. That's what it seemed like. So I just try to ink it all up really good. Make sure I wipe off the excess, that whatever gets on the lid if I see it. Sometimes I don't see it, but it usually works out pretty good. I'm trying to ink it up to get that rest of that black ink off. I might have to do something else here. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Let me wash the stamp. Hold on. Okay. Executive decision. We're changing our mind. That one I think I stamped with StazOn. And I didn't clean it. So some ink takes off other inks, even though they're permanent. Whatever the chemical composition is, it actually takes it off. And that's what it was doing. So I ended up ruining that ink pad. And so I'm going to have to do something else. So we're going to do this beautiful flower by Altanu. And this one is a Blooming Bouquet. And so we're going to use this one. And I think that's still going to be really pretty right there. And I mean, we could even do the little hello. How cute is that? That would be so adorable, right? We might even do that. And so I want to go ahead and pop this on here like this. Yeah, let's do the hello. How cute would that be? And we could pop that on, let's see, right here. That looks about straightish. That looks centered. And that'll be super fun, right? And we could even do a few of these fun little dots. Like so, to make the image a little bit bigger. And fun. Right? Won't that be adorable? And then we can even do this sweet little flower cluster down there. So like scooch the hello up. Make sure it looks like nice. And then we could do that. Right? How adorable is that? Okay, I think that is super cute. And I'm going to pick a different color. And we're just going to stamp this and have some fun with it. Actually, we should do that, huh? Ooh, let's do that. Let's do that, okay, guys? That looks cute, right? Okay, so here we go. And I guess, what do I want this in? Gray? I don't know. See, that's these, the stamps, the photopolymer that these stamps are made out of, because they're, like, for paper specifically, usually. They tend to stick to the material. So when you go, if you want to do a second generation, or not second generation, if you want to do a double stamping on top of it to make it darker, you want to check placement when you go to layer back on top of it with more ink. So let's go ahead and, oh, I have a beautiful turquoise one. Hold on. I have like this one called, this one's called Ocean Deep. This is really pretty. It's like a turquoisey blue color. I really wanted the other blue, but I'm going to have to fix that later and fix it. I might have ruined the ink pad, though. I think it's ruined. But that's okay. They're only like $5. I don't want to have to buy another one, but when that happens, at least you can get blank ones. And make it like it never happened. The price of it being adventurous, right? Well, if we don't try it, we'll never know. Note to self: make sure your stamps are clean, and even if they are clean, it might take off other ink. Okay, so there we go for that. So got some ink on that, and now we can go ahead and let's actually make sure we're situated good. Let's check placement of our towel, placement of our items. Let's see, are we still happy? That looks good. This is smoothed out really nice. Nothing is in the parameter of the lid that's going to get smashed and break the lid. So let's go ahead and ink up our stamp and hope for the best. Now these are all new, so I've never used them. The probability of having to re-ink the stamps up and do it again is pretty great. But that's okay, because that's why we have the Misti. And you just have to be really careful. Don't be in a hurry when you're doing this stuff. Go slow, take your time, enjoy the process, and you should do, everything should come out all right. You should do well. And so here we go. Checking the placement as I'm going down. And then you're going to just close the lid fully and press. Making sure to press all the areas of the stamps, holding it down so the ink has time to soak into the fabric. Yep, just putting a little pressure everywhere on the lid where the stamp image is. Get that good and soaked in. And now that, see, the towel's coming up. The rubber stamps don't do that. And neither do the IOD stamps don't do that either. It's just certain kinds do. So if you reach your finger in there, sometimes it'll just fall back down. Okay, see, that's light for my taste. I would prefer that to be darker. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink it up and see if I can line it back up and stamp it again. And most of the time you can. Sometimes I do have to shift the towel a little bit, but totally stinking doable. And like rubber stamps usually don't stick for the most part. Like paper or anything, rubber stamps don't. So if you have like that other one, that Simon Says stamp, that pretty Christmas piece one I did, I double stamped that. And it came out great. Even though you can't see it, it still came out awesome because nothing shifted. But now I'm going to check through the window, making sure that everything is like lined up really nicely. There's no like ghosting. And I'm happy. I'm going to press. Now, even though you saw I closed the lid and you're like, isn't that touching? Yes, it is. But it's light enough to where if it's not right, you might be able to save it. It might just look like a shadow print is all. Nothing harmful, usually. And these, you want to make sure that you wipe the lid off too. I noticed I have some ink over here, but hopefully it won't touch. So you want to just press the image again, there again. All over. Oh, hopefully you guys aren't shaking too bad. Sorry about that, guys. But see, double stamped. And that's like way nicer, right? That is like really nice and dark. And so I want that hello to be a little bit juicier. Right? Okay, let's see if we can get third time. Just double checking placement, making sure I don't see. Hopefully we can get this. And then you just press the lid and hold it, waiting for the ink to transfer. I noticed up here too. Let's see. Hopefully we got that. Oh, see, that's better, right? And then look how fun that is. Like, right? Hello. That's a darling gift, right? Like, what a cute gift towel. That is so sweet. What do you guys think, right? Isn't that fun? And you get to make your own composition with your own stamps. Like, how pretty is that? And if you had a bigger one, right? So, like, it's nicer when they're a bigger image. But look, like if that was hanging in the kitchen, like on the, from the dishwasher or the stove or something like that, from a cabinet. Like, isn't that just the cutest thing ever? Yeah, I just love that. I think they're darling. And you roll them up and they fit in the box. They're like super, super fun to put in here. And so there you go. That's it. That's all there is to it. And hopefully you enjoyed this tips and tricks little tutorial for making flour sack tea towels, or flour sack towels. they're not tea towels, but flour sack towels. And maybe you guys want to give it a try. Let me know what you think of the project down in the comments below. And see, like, this is the rubber stamp one, Simon Says Stamp, if you have that one. This is obviously IOD. This is scrapbook.com though, right? Isn't that so pretty? And then another IOD stamp. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.